Hi, on this winter day, hence the scarf, we're going to take a look at this Oben CC-2461L tripod, which can do this interesting thing. So let's take a look. After a long pause due to Photokina 2016 and a backlog of other product reviews it forced upon us, today we continue our tripod and head review series here on LensVid with an interesting kit from Oben. Part of the Gradus Group, Oben has been a well-known tripod, monopod and head manufacturer for many years. The company was kind enough to send us one of their tripod kits for review, and we are specifically interested in a carbon fiber model with lateral center column called CC-2461L, which is what we are going to look at today. Why are we so interested in a tripod that has a center column that can be turned horizontally? The answer is that in some situations you want to be able to shoot downwards in a stable way. This can be in order to shoot products, macro photography, or many times in our case for food photography and videography. So let's take a closer look at the Oben kit. The Oben is a pretty good size for an all-round tripod. Folded without the head, it is about 50 centimeters or close to 20 inches. Open with the center column down and without the head, it is about 125 centimeters or just under 50 inches, and about 10 centimeters taller with the head. When the center column is extended, we are looking at around 160 centimeters or 62 inches. When it comes to getting close to the ground, the Oben is a little bit less impressive, being able to get to about 30 centimeters from the ground without the head. Luckily, with the lateral center column, you can get a little bit lower, although you do need to be careful not to tip the tripod. Despite being a carbon fiber tripod, the Oben is not especially light. With the head, we are looking at close to 2 kilograms or 4.4 pounds. Typically, carbon fiber tripods at the same height weigh at least a few hundred grams less. The build quality of the Oben tripod is fairly good, although the locking knobs for the central lateral column could have been of a little higher quality. Unlike all of the other tripods that we have tested to date, the Oben tripod uses flip locks. Some prefer them, although personally we usually prefer twist locks. In this case, the flip locks that came with the tripod were really hard to open and close, so we used an Allen key, which we got with the tripod, to loosen them a bit. This is a delicate procedure. If you loosen them just a little bit too much, they might not lock at all. Again, this is just another reason why we love twist locks. The Oben tripod comes with spikes which can be extended from the rubber legs. The nice thing is that there is no caps that can be lost. The downside is that the spikes are relatively small. The main feature of this tripod is the lateral central column, which allows you to place your camera directly above your subject. The mechanism for opening the central column involves 3 locks. One allows you to lift the column up and down, the second lets you turn the column from vertical to horizontal when the column is fully erect, the third lock controls the ability to rotate the column 360 degrees. This locking mechanism certainly works, but it feels cumbersome and is not fast to open and close. Other manufacturers made much better solutions, and we should look at a different one made by Manfrotto in the near future. It is, however, very useful nonetheless, and the big advantage is that the central column is quite long, about 40 centimeters or 15 inches without the head, so you can reach quite far. The problem is that the tripod is not stable in this way, and you really need to put some weight to hold it down, which brings us to the next point. The tripod has no conventional hook under the central column, presumably because it needs to change angles. Instead, it has a way to connect a weight a bit off-center, which is, in our view, not very convenient and requires a rope or a cable. We just use a small hook of our own. In terms of stability, the tripod is less stable than the Cerui tripod that we have tested here recently and really like. If the tripod had more conventional hook, maybe it would have been easier to connect weight and make the tripod more stable. The BC-126 ball head that comes with the kit is simple but pretty effective. It has 2 knobs, one for turning the ball head around and a larger one for opening and closing it. You also have the more or less common tightening screw system that we don't really care for, but this is a very basic ball head, so we can't really complain. We do want to mention that the design of the large knob is almost sharp. It is good if you're wearing gloves, but can be a little uncomfortable otherwise. Finally, this kit comes with a simple but nice carrying bag, which is always useful, more for storage than for actually carrying the tripod in our opinion, but still very nice at this level. So let's try and sum up. The Oben CC-2461L with the BC-126 ball head costs just under $365. This is still considered an entry-level price point for this type of carbon fiber kit. For example, it is about $100 less expensive than the Manfrotto 190 Go carbon tripod kit, which has the different lateral center column, which we shall review here soon. In this price point, which is still around $150 more expensive than the Genesis C3 carbon fiber tripod that we have reviewed here last year, that has no lateral central column but is lighter and generally has better design and build quality, the question therefore is how attractive really is the Oben kit. To us, the answer is that if you really need a lateral central column on your carbon fiber tripod and can't spend over $400, then the Oben is certainly an option. If not, there are less expensive tripods with better design or somewhat more expensive ones, but with a simpler lateral central column mechanism.
So this was our look at the Oben CC-2461L kit. You can read the full review on lensvid.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. See you next time.